Today we'll start with the lowercase letters or the small letters, right? So the lowercase letters are small A, B, C, D, right? And it's on your screen. Today we'll start with small A, B, C, D, and let's get started. Now with the new thing. Okay. So first of all, A, B, C, D starts with letter A. Okay. So for letter A, we'll just draw an oval. Okay. For any of the exercises, you can refer my old videos so that आपको एक भी जो ये A means जो baseline letters है उसमें कोई भी problem जाए तो you can anytime see the old videos, right? Link is in the description box, right? So letter A. Letter A starts with an oval and with an downward stroke, right? And we are just putting the strokes ताकि मैं आपको बता सकूं कि calligraphy can be done in any way, and जब आपका हाथ की grip best हो जाती है then you can create anything new, right? And with now letter B, letter V के लिए what you have to do, you have to just make an loop, upward loop. Okay, so this was an upward loop. ठीक है, जिसको upward loop ना समझ आए so you can just refer the last video or my worksheets so that you can know the strokes, right? Now this is B, right? Good. So with this letter B, सारे downward, right? Upward light, downward dark, right? And जितने भी downward है हम उसमें tiny tiny strokes करेंगे, right? So I think you are getting this कि आपको बनाना कैसे है, right? So with the strokes, just complete these strokes, okay? And we'll complete right, and we'll complete this B, right? A wave in the B, right? आप बहुत जल्दी इन वीडियोस को देख के सीख जाओगे. Now letter C. Letter C is an half oval. C. मैंने half oval बनाया, right? Now we'll start with completing the strokes. Okay, this oval loop is completed. अब हम आ जाते हैं double में, right? Double we have done. Okay, so this was your letter C. For letter C, I'm just darkening the downward part. Okay, just to tell you that this calligraphy can be done in any way. आप चाहे तो downward को dark कर सकते हैं with darker pencil, okay? Or you can make the stripes which we have made, right? Stripes मतलब ये जो हम dash dash बनाते हैं, that is the stripes, okay? Now we come to the letter D. Letter D starts with an oval, okay? This oval is really very compulsory. And with this oval के साथ हम वही downward dark के लिए double करेंगे, okay? Right? Downward dark के लिए double करेंगे and we'll make the strokes, right? Now the letter D is not complete, okay? So you have to make a loop also, okay? So just from the side आप letter D का upward loop बनाओगे, right? Very good. Downward light, okay, upward light and downward dark, okay, right? So downward can never be light, so it is upward light, downward dark, right? So this was your letter D, okay? Now your letter D is complete. And with this completion, आप थोड़ा सा इसको dark करोगे, okay? Now we come to letter E, okay? Letter E is just in replica of letter C. So with this thing, what you have to do, आप एक loop बनाओगे, right? And upward. Okay. So this is like that. और ये हमने डबल कर दिया. ठीक है. अब हम क्या करेंगे, इसको फिल करेंगे. ठीक है. ये मैंने थोड़ा सा डार्क किया and you can just fill it off. Okay. Now this is filled, right? And this is your E. Okay. Very good. Your E is completed. Good. Now we come to the next letter. The next letter is letter F. Okay. The next letter is letter F. So for letter F, आपको सबसे पहले एक upward loop बनाना है. Right. Very good. So this is the upward loop. Okay. Upward loop बनाने के बाद you'll just take somewhat down. थोड़ा सा डाउन जाएंगे हम. ओके. थोड़ा सा डाउन जाएंगे and then up and up. Okay. So just darken the lines and fill the strokes. Okay, very good. Just darken the lines and fill the stroke. So with this, very smoothly, very lightly, your letter F is completed. Okay. Very smoothly and very lightly. Yeah. Done. Now, our 5 to 6 letters are completed. Now we come to a letter which is having a downward loop. So that is letter G. Right. So now the next letter comes with downward stroke. That is letter G. First of all, you have to make a loop. Okay. So with that loop, just double stroke. Okay. And with that double stroke, just downward loop. Okay. And we'll just double it off. Okay. We'll double it off. And this is our downward loop. After making the downward loop, just fill the strokes. And by this, your G is complete. Please see to that your strokes is really very clean. आप अपने strokes बहुत clean रखते हो, right? Like this. Just cover it off. Okay. Never see this happen. Okay. Now we come to letter H. Letter H is having an upward. Okay. Upward loop. So we'll start with just a stroke and this way. Right. Very good. And just down to up and to down. Right. So very good. Just clear your strokes. And after that, this you have to double it off. Very good. Right. And just fill the strokes. Okay. Now you can fill the strokes. And this was an easy way. Calligraphy is really very easy. Right. It just depends on you कि आप उस easiness को कैसे execute करते हो. Right. Calligraphy में आप जितने भी creative हो सकते हो. You can make enough and many more your writings, and those are only your writings, right? Now after H it is I. So with a downward stroke, it's like that. and just fill the strokes. Okay. Fill it off. Now the next comes to J. J is a downward loop. Okay. Just upward and then downward. Right. So this is J. Okay. अब J को हम double करेंगे. Right. Very good. And double it off. Okay. And just fill the strokes. Right. So with this, your G is complete. Okay. Just give a dot to that. Okay. Now the next letter comes. It's letter. Yeah, right. It's letter K. So letter K is upward. Okay. So letter K is upward. So what we will do, we'll just make a double line. Okay. And after double line, we have to make an oval, half an oval. So it's like that. Right. Very good. And downward. Okay. So upward light, downward dark. So this is double. Okay. And then upward and okay. So just fill up the strokes. Right. It's really very good to hear that we are doing an upward and a downward stroke. Right. So it's good, right? Let's see about that. It's upward and downward. Yeah, right. So now K is finished. Within K, your work is done. Yeah, now your K is done. Really very good. Okay. Now we come to the next letter. Can you guess what's the next letter? Yeah, it is L. So L is upward loop. Okay. So upward loop is like this. Okay. So upward light and downward dark. So dark it is. So we have to double it off and then fill it off with the strokes. Right. Very good with the strokes. Yeah. So this we have done with the strokes. So your L is approximately complete. Very good, and here to you that now your L is complete. Just clear your strokes. So your L is complete now. Okay. Now we come to the next letter. The letter M. Right. So with this, letter L is complete, and now we come to letter M. M is a letter which is having a I shaped, right? So first of all, you will make an I. Very good. So it's a downward stroke. Okay. After making, it's an up, down, okay? Up and down. And then it is up and down. So up, down and okay. So this is your M. Just fill it off your strokes. Slowly and slowly. We don't have any रेडीनेस, आपको कोई जल्दबाजी नहीं करनी है. ओके, so it's like that. Your M is complete. Just fill off the strokes. Okay, now we come to the next side. N. Apart from M, we'll make a different sort of N. ठीक है, so upward light, downward dark. This M and this N is somewhat different. ठीक है, I told you ना, कैलीग्राफी में आप कैसे भी अपने स्ट्रोक्स बना सकते हो, but the thing is that upward light, downward dark is never been forgotten. Okay, and with that thing हमारा N complete हो चुका है, and we have done the strokes, right? Now we come to the next letter, the base letter. It is known as M, N, and O, right? And O is our letter. So with an O, you have to make an oval. O हमेशा एक oval से बनता है, right? So this is oval, right? And oval की आप एक string बनाओगे. Yeah, this is the string. Okay, and just fill your oval. Very good. Now after O, which is the letter? After O, right, the next letter is P. So it is a downward stroke. Okay, so for P letter, we'll just make a downward stroke. Downward is always dark. Okay, so we'll just fill off the downward stroke with the strokes. Okay, प्लीज सी टू दैट कि आपके स्ट्रोक्स बहुत क्लियर हो, बहुत स्लो हो. इन द बिगनिंग यू नीड अ स्लोअर थिंग, एंड आफ्टर दैट व्हेन यू गेट स्टार्टेड विद दिस थिंग, तो आपके स्ट्रोक्स बहुत क्लियर आएंगे. नाउ अपवर्ड, डाउनवर्ड एंड कर्व. वेरी गुड. इट जस्ट लेटर बी का कर्व है ये. ओके, सो upward light, downward dark. Okay, so just fill the strokes. It is the easiest method. Nobody will tell you how to do this easiest method. Okay, calligraphy is really very easy and you should do this. Okay, after O, P and the last letter is Q, right? It's not last. In part 1 it is last. So letter Q also starts with oval. Okay, oval key, just downward dark. Okay, and with this we'll just fill the strokes. After filling your strokes, we'll make an downward loop. Okay, for Q and upward. So we'll start with a downward one, and then upward, and then more upward. Okay, so your Q is complete. With this, your Q is complete. We're just filling the strokes. For today's session, this much is okay. Be awaited for my second video. In that we'll do the next part of the video. Okay, subscribe our channel, and with that join our course, that is Skillhai course of calligraphy, and we'll teach you much more. Okay,